Hey, it's Andrew Huang, and it's the show where 4 different artists are going to use the exact same sound as the starting point to create their own original track. My guests this episode are Daedalus, Sarah Longfield, and WangleLine. And just to shake things up a little bit in this episode, we're actually going to use a few different samples. I got a few sounds from my friend Ben Levin, who has an amazing music channel. You should check it out. And he does this thing where he plays or sings and then speeds it up. It's just like this thing he calls fake music that he incorporates into the way he works sometimes. So here are a few sounds that he gave to us to work with. So I passed these along to all our guests, and I had a lot of fun messing with them myself. Here's what we all came up with.
Oh, hi there, I'm Wangaline. I make loud, bubbly music, and I also used the 3 samples we were given to make loud, bubbly music. Let me show you, actually. Hi, so I started out my track, So my track starts with this very fun and speedy and bubbly intro, which I base around this sample mainly. It's just the stringy guitar sounding sample, just like looped over and over again. Then we've got some kicks. There's some more percussion over here, which sounds like this. Down here we've got the voice sample we were given, just chopped up and hard panned. Right above that we've got this other voice sustain thingy thing, which sounds like this. And then on top of that we've got lots of other instruments, for example this dry sounding piano, or this loud stack of super saws, and this other little fun sounding lead I made in Massive. And then once again we've got the vocal sample we were given, just jammed into a sampler and looped on a tiny area. We've got the same vocal sample again, because I just like the sample a lot, pitched up and drenched in a bunch of reverb. As for basses, I've got this little synth bass I made using Massive and some fun vocoding. And layered with that I used the Scarby Rickenbacker bass by Native Instruments to just add more bass. Just lots of it. And then just to spice it up we've got this rendered reversed reverb of some of the chords that play, which sound like this. And then just to make it even sillier and fun, lots of little vocal samples like this tiny dog, or Donkey Kong, and this, and this. This next section begins with some choirs which sound like this. And 4 different bass patches which play. Horns from Project Sam's The Free Orchestra. And of course, Armin breaks. Right after that we've got the stringy sample playing some fun things again and being like pitch shifted around a bunch, and a bunch of other lead instruments just playing alternating little swoops of notes. Tons and tons of little risers. This is just the stringy sample, just entirely unchanged, playing some just fun melodies I really liked. And then, boom, the drop. This is just the exact same lead instruments and synths I made for the intro, just playing like different rhythms, different notes, and then this big acid lead starts to play. So yeah, this is basically my entire track. If you would like to see a long and much more detailed breakdown of my track, I've got one on my YouTube channel whenever this episode goes live. And again, thank you so much for Andrew Huang for inviting me onto this super cool show. I hope you'll enjoy my track.
Oh my god.
Fast stuff! That's what it's all about!
I love this! What a vibe!
It's heavy, yet cute.
Dang. What am I hearing?
It's like Donkey Kong just drank a bunch of Red Bulls.
Yes. It's just
fun. It's just abundantly fun.
Expert level video game vibes. This is so sick.
I feel special.
Ooh.
I'm into it.
Let's see where it goes. Here we go.
Ooh, a build up.
Goodness gracious.
As usual with WangleLine stuff, the editing and mixing, like everything is this tightness to it.
I love that. Whatever that grinding synth is, top notch.
I feel like I'm learning so much right now.
Oh, perfect.
Is this the most intense piece of music I've ever heard?
I feel like this like wave of nostalgia of something that's never been.
Oh, yeah. What?
Oh my god.
Oh, it's perfect. What a great song. I loved it.
So happy. And then evil for a
I
second.
got so much to learn. I haven't been doing production. I've just been sitting around here twiddling my thumbs. All right.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Sarah Longfield. I am a multi-instrumentalist, a YouTuber, and a producer, and I am here today to show you what I did with my samples. What I did for the first sample was just kind of cut it up and bend it, as you can see here. And then for the whammy bar, I again cut everything up, time stretched it. We had the leaping singing, and I didn't have to do too much to this one. That was my favorite sample. I use it definitely, I think, the most in this song. You'll see. So what I have going on there is basically like a little beat I made on the modular. And then up here I have the guitar sample, pretty affected with reverb and stuff. And then I duplicated it and pitched it up. And right here we have like a little bass part that I made on the Hydrosynth. Cool, so for that part, I took the leaping singing and I affected it to death, pretty much. It was a pretty simple effects chain. Butch Vig vocals, which is part of the Waves system. Nectar 3, which is an isotope plugin, and I just have a regular old EQ on there. Little clap sample. And then we go into this kind of more upbeat part where I actually do a little bit of singing. And I wasn't gonna do singing, but the song felt kind of incomplete, so I decided to just record like a couple of lines and, you know, use them as sort of my own sample of my own voice. That's pretty much it. Thanks for checking out my breakdown. I hope you guys like the song.
So visual. I feel like Sarah really is such a visual musician. This is just an awesome use of texture here. I'm shutting up now.
Wow.
Did such a good job of that.
Wow. Terrific vocals.
It's really pretty.
It just glides. It's really effortless.
really fun recontextualization of all Ben's melodic material. I love these little sprinkly sparkles in the background.
There's a friendliness to this and a lightness, but it does feel emotionally evocative. It pulls.
Here we go again. Hell yeah.
It's the kind of music that makes you do this with your fingers. I gotta shut up again.
That vocal effect is really cool.
I'm getting such images from this. This is very cinematic.
I'm getting so many ideas. Dang.
I'm a sucker for a good harp.
Woo! The rainbow. Damn, I'm gonna cry.
I feel like I haven't really heard anything quite like this.
Ooh. That was nice.
Really fun transition out.
Sarah knows what to do with a guitar, that's for sure. Dang.
So this is the studio. This is the room. This is my kitchen. What I wanted to establish is that I used the sample. I adored the sample, but the sample is fast. I chose this one. But it was far too fast for my mood, so I ended up changing it to something around here. I put it into simpler. I found the exact transient points in the slice mode that I wanted to deal with, and then I used the arpeggiator to get me through that material. That actually goes through the different transients when you're in slice mode, so it sounds like this. It's like you're looking for happy accidents, and then once you seize upon something, you do everything in your power to continue it. Here's a second rendition of the same sample, but very different sections, very different transient points, but using similar techniques. The fade in is really slow, so it ends up being these like woofier, like far less like guitar plucks, and much more like these kind of real bass notes. The arpeggiator is similarly set, but the rate is changed depending on the note and intensity I want to derive. And then finally, the triple drum bus. One more element derived from the sample was percussion from the same sample, but looking for the bits of finger noise on frets. No arpeggiator here, but the triple drum bus is doing the work. And that's layered with more percussive elements, 808s, this Essence kit. One more detail is I flattened this section and I kind of made it into like an underscore. So even though it's playing the same notes, I ended up doing a manipulation of time using the echo effect, some of the internal wobble you can get through the character section. This track was really healing for me, so thank you, and thanks y'all for your energies. It means the world.
Oh man, this has a totally out there vibe.
God, that sounds so cool.
It's a tiny instrument being made to sound huge. It's very cool. Very cool.
Holy snap.
Oh, this is sick.
Cool overlapping lines.
There's a promise being made right now that it's gonna go somewhere. I know that promise is about to be kept. I have a feeling.
Oh, yes.
sound design, all the like details. Wow.
That promise is paying off. We are seeing the Pokemon evolve in slow motion.
It's like so minimal, but it goes so hard.
Really interesting edits, like stuttered atmospheres and stuff.
We got Snorlax on the bass, baby.
It's like I want to sit outside in a pool on a floaty, but in like the winter. That's the vibe that it's giving me.
So many different melodies on top of each other.
That's a cool snare sound.
And how rare and what a treat to hear something that's so focused on the low end like this.
Holy shit.
I love the texture of this one. It feels like I can chew on it, you know? Like it's like...
You never know what you're gonna get with Daedalus, but it's always so unique.
It was so nicely processed and so like warped into something new. It was just very special and cool.
Alright, so my track got super weird, and it's entirely because I discovered this fun thing you can do with a ukulele, I guess. So Ben was playing this stuff that I chopped up like this. But I actually chopped it after I did some random sound design on it, and I'm just gonna show you. So first of all, I pitched his sample down 2 octaves. Getting it sound like this kind of rubbery bass thing, and then Foreman shifted it up with Alter Boy, as well as I've got the Alter Boy drive at maximum. And then I distorted that even more with a UA 1176. Kind of made a bass line out of that uke, and then built the track from there. So like the whammy guitar stuff, made some effects out of it. So there's a pitch transposition modulation. The clip itself was pitched up a bunch. You know, let's undo some of this and hear what it sounded like. Oh yeah, and I'm just sending it to some wacky delays. One thing that I think is fun about this is Ben is doing these descending arpeggios, but I am pitch shifting them upward and upward. So I think it ends up resulting in this interesting tonal shift for this sound effect. At other points in the track, I also just take little chops of that guitar, again going to the echo. Cutting some lines out to make little melodic fills. Running it through Alter Boy again. And then we had this leap singing sample. More Alter Boy, messing around with it. Also layered that line up with Phase Plant. Also cut up that singing sample to make some stabs like this. Just going through some distortion and delay. Froze it and reversed it.
Put my thing down, froze it, and reversed it.
Adding some fun drums to it. Layered the bass line at some points with some sub. At the end of the track, when I distort the bass even more, it's like this. That's just cranking up Ableton's amp effect, actually. And when that part comes in, I add in some cut up breakbeat drums. Just running them through all different kinds of effects. Having stuff turn on and off here and there for little dynamic changes. One thing we haven't talked about is I added vocals here. And my vocals also get processed with a whole bunch of stuff. Alter Boy, of course, it seems to be on every track. Bit of Cooper Time Cube. I know I put thermal, yeah, 2 thermals on some of the vocals. Held me up against the wall by my now. Did some fun little edits in some of these vocals too. She's still on top of me. Chopping a scream up into little pieces and looping them. I added my usual little effect stabs and accents, just a bunch of stuff. I think this is a really fun track. I called it Medusa, and I released it officially. It's on all my usual platforms. Hope you enjoy it.
Yes.
It's so awesome.
Welcome to the final boss.
Little jazz, little horns.
Yes.
Holy shit.
The vocals, the distortion.
That's the magic sauce.
Just wanna sleep, but I'm haunted by your breath. Every night, every dream, and the stories like death. When the snakes come and whisper to me, whisper again.
Go and try to thrash away, I'm frozen in on my skin.
And when I try to scream, she's still on top of me. Eyes like cut glass. And I'm searching through my mind for the mantra, the sutra, the poison you need to have inside you to dance with Medusa.
This is so good. Gritty.
Wow.
This is what happens when you work on your craft for a long time. You get pretty good at it.
An excellent ending. It just stops.
The sound design in this one was just phenomenal. Like, holy crap, it is so awesome. And all the like tempo switches, I'm just
You want to make your day feel a little better, you got to turn that track on.
As usual, if you want to hear our tracks without the commentary from the video, you can check the links in the description. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
She came into my room with her